All right, the first dream that I had that I want to talk about, I actually had it twice, about 15 to 20 years apart. And the last, when I had the second dream, it was nearly identical, and I had it between May and December of 2015, and I did not record it down. A lot of things were going on in life, and that's all I need to say. I just didn't write it down, but it was the second time I had the dream. So I want to start off by telling you the first time I had the dream, I had never picked up the Bible. I had not accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior. I didn't understand a lot of things, and there were a lot of things that I think about now that, especially since I've not read the Bible at that time, I didn't. Now I like, wow, that's strange. So I'm going to just tell you the dream and then tell you how it felt and tell you some of the things I'm thinking about now. So the first time I had this dream was like 15 or 20 years ago, and it was the scariest dream I ever had. So scary that I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to tell anyone about it. I was terrified of it. And even then, I had this weird feeling that, oh, like, is it possible that could come true someday? I'd never, ever had a feeling about any dream I'd ever had up until this particular dream. And because it scared me so much, I think, and the feeling I had that, is it possible that it could come true or it might come true, that scared me even more. So, um, the first time I had this dream, it was fall. And I know this because there weren't any leaves on the trees, and it was cold after the sun went down, like it was starting to get cold. So I was in a house which felt like my house, but wasn't my house. As you know, dreams are funny like that. And I think I was doing something like washing the dishes. And the sun had set, and it was early in the evening. And there was a general cloud cover so that you couldn't see moon or stars, but they weren't big puffy clouds or anything, but they covered everything, kind of like there was a big storm system, but it was pretty calm. So it was dark out. There was just enough light still to see basic things like trees and without having lights on. And I was in, I think, like I said, washing the dishes, and I had this feeling like I needed to go outside and look up in the sky. Like, I don't know, just an uneasy feeling. So I stopped what I was doing. I went outside through the back door and I looked up in the sky and I kind of waited a second, and all of a sudden, in groups of like 3 and 5, I saw dark gray saucers just appearing, and they were everywhere. Okay, and they were a lot like what's shown here in this picture. Of course, it wasn't sunset. It was more of, like I said, early evening. It was dark outside. And I could tell that in the center of the saucer was a space, and then just outside that circle was a small, either red or blue ring of lights, like little tiny dots very close together. They were concentric circles of red and then blue and then red. So rings of light, a red ring, a blue ring, a red ring, and then a space of gray, and then another blue ring and a red ring, and then the edge of the saucer. They were different sizes. They weren't gigantic, but they weren't tiny. And I could tell they were everywhere. I had this feeling like the whole earth could see them. Everyone on earth could see them. And as I'm looking up at this and I'm starting to become afraid, other people are, not everyone, but other neighbors are coming out and looking up at the sky too. And I had this sense that whatever we were told about this was going to be a lie. The other people looking up were happy and relieved and excited about it, and I was afraid. My instinct was to run and hide, even though I knew that wasn't going to be very easy because they knew where everyone was. While they were just waiting for something, my instinct was to run and hide. And here's the thing, I'm the kind of person that would grab a coat and a bottle of water and at least maybe a knife to go into the woods with and a lighter, a couple things. I wouldn't just take off. I ran and I didn't look back. I didn't go back for a coat. I didn't go back for anything. I took off into the woods with an unknown destination just to get away because I knew that even though we were going to be told it was all going to be okay, whatever they said about it would be a lie. And I wanted to get away and have a head start to hide. And they were kind of hanging out in the sky waiting for something, and that made me uneasy as well. It wasn't like there was a light display or one of them was landing or I didn't see any war in the sky. It was just quiet. There was no noise, and even the people looking up weren't making a lot of noise. They were pretty quiet while they were watching. I don't know. The other thing I have written down about this dream is that maybe we were going to be told there would be some peace because of this. And I have written here 99% truth with 1% lie is just enough to deceive the people so they would more readily believe whatever was being told about this situation. And my instincts told me otherwise. Like, run and hide right now. And I was basically running and hiding behind trees and rocks and whatever I could find. And even after I woke up from this dream, I was very afraid and like I said, I didn't tell anybody. I just kept this all to myself. And then I had the dream again. And when I had it the second time, sometime about a year ago, the only difference was that my kids were in it. And they came out of the door with me and looked up at the sky, and I just took them into the woods with me. And it was basically the exact same dream, same time of year, and we just ran. And I had the same feelings about it. And I told my mom after I had it, and like I said, I can't remember exactly when I had it, but I told her about the first one, and then I told her about this one. And now, I decided to post this because I just have an uneasy feeling about it, and I feel like I'm supposed to post it. Have I gotten confirmation of this? Other than people that I trust having some similar dreams, like Clay put that up, even though his dream was all about a war and stuff. A lot of what he talked about, the way he felt and what he knew, that it was a lie, is exactly how I felt. And that was one of the biggest reasons I decided to start posting. I had intended to start my channel and start vlogging before some weird things happened and I started to go off on the red balloons tangent. So this has been put on the back burner, and now I feel like that was kind of a little push for me to go ahead and put it out there. So that's the dream of the UFOs coming in and the people being deceived and thinking there's some peace or something good that's going to come from it. And that's it. That's it for that dream. Thank you.